Hi, this is Howard Tiersky, CEO of Moving Interactive, with another episode in our Digital Innovation series. Today, let's talk about the role of trends in innovation. So why do we care about trends? Well, what are trends? Trends are directions of change in the world around us. Lots of things change over time. Technology evolves, people's attitudes change, tastes and fashion preferences change. All you have to do is go onto Facebook and look at some of those pictures of yourself from high school that one person in your graduating class keeps posting, and you can experience the power and magnitude of changing trends over time for yourself. And so then what is innovation? Well, innovation, in the context we typically talk about it, is introducing dramatic change into your company, its products, services, processes, pricing, distribution, or other aspects in order to improve. So innovation is about changing something about your business in order to more successfully thrive in the world, and trends map the change that is occurring in the world that your company is trying to thrive in. Probably everyone has heard the quote from the great ice hockey player Wayne Gretzky. When asked the secret to his success, he said, "He doesn't skate to where the puck is, he skates to where the puck is going." Being able to innovate Gretzky style means piloting the innovation in your business with an acute awareness of how the world around you is changing at the same time. So, it's good to keep an eye on trends when innovating. But what sort of trends? Global warming is a trend. Manga comics are a trend. My 11-year-old daughter wants this ombre hairstyle, which apparently is a trend. The truth is, there are so many trends out there at a given time. There isn't just one puck, there's thousands of them. So it's important to figure out what types of trends are important to your business, so you can define a structured process to keep an eye on them. I can't tell you what trends are important to your business, as I don't know what it is. But in the remainder of this video, I wanted to share with you a trends model that we use at Moving Interactive. While, as I said, there are literally thousands of trends going on at a given time, we use a model of 7 major categories of trends as a starting point when looking to identify what specific trends might be applicable to a given company, product, or project. So I'll review those 7 categories of trends for you here and encourage you to consider how to identify and track the trends in each of those categories that are relevant to your business. The 7 categories are: 1, customer behavior trends, such as increased use of smartphones. Number 2, cultural or mindset trends, such as increased acceptance of gay marriage. Number 3, demographic trends, such as the aging of the US population. Number 4, technology trends, such as the increased availability of wireless broadband. Number 5, fashion trends, such as the increasing popularity of tattoos. Number 6, competitive trends, such as new products or features your competitors are bringing to market. And lastly, number 7, economic or political trends, such as regulatory changes, like Obamacare. In each of these categories, there are a wide variety of individual trends. Of course, we could do a whole video or more on each of these categories. But in this video, here's what we'll do. For each of these categories, we'll give you a few more examples and then suggest maybe one specific tactic to help you identify which trends might be relevant for the innovation at your own company. Okay? So first, let's look at customer behavior trends. These are trends involving broad change in what people do, the choices they make, and how they behave. The staycation trend of a few years ago was a behavioral change that involved many consumers choosing to avoid travel during their vacation time and stay home. This created new opportunities for product and service areas like in-home entertainment, outdoor furniture, and local dining and entertainment. What trends are growing that may be relevant for the innovation you are planning? Try this. Consider the core problem that your product or service is solving for customers. Look for behavioral trends that might suggest that the problem you are solving is becoming either more or less relevant to your customers. For example, if your product or service is shredding of paper documents, and a trend in your customers' behavior is to view more documents on tablet devices without needing to print them, this behavioral change threatens your business and suggests the need for some sort of innovation to keep your business growing. In this video, I'm not going to try to suggest what you should do about these trends, though feel free to call us. Happy to help with that. But our focus today is simply to determine how looking at the right trends will help inform your innovation process. Okay, so have to move on. Let's talk about trend category number 2, culture or mindset trends. So, for example, environmentalism is an interesting cultural trend. Clearly, people today are more concerned about taking care of the planet and being green than they were 10 years ago. Though, frankly, this is a trend which, here today in late 2013, is still only moderately influential. Outside of a small segment of zealots, most customers are attracted to green products up to a point, but they won't pay very much more money or accept many inconveniences or sacrifices to get a product that is more earth-friendly. But nevertheless, the halo effect of green is still growing each year, but slowly. In contrast, increasing acceptance of the equal rights of the gay and lesbian community in the United States, as I mentioned earlier, has been proceeding at a much faster pace. So much so that Alec Baldwin appears to be about to lose his job with MSNBC for being filmed hurling an anti-gay insult at a reporter. In this category of cultural trends, it can be very challenging to determine which trends are outside of the realm of relevance for your company or brand. I mean, naturally, if you're an oil company or a windmill provider, tracking the velocity of mindset change around green is going to be very important. But who would have thought that a fast food restaurant like Chick-fil-A would have its brand so negatively impacted by its poor reading of the mindset trend around gay acceptance? Okay, let's look at category number 3, demographic trends. Demographic trends relate to your customers' age, gender, ethnicity, income, and other similar data points. The rise in the Hispanic population in the U.S. is a good example of a dramatic demographic trend that creates tremendous new opportunities. For example, we've seen explosive growth in Hispanic media and advertising over the last few years. And every business should be considered how the trend of the aging of the U.S. population might be impacting the needs of your customers and your innovation opportunities. But beyond broad demographics, also look closely at the demographics of your customers and how they may be shifting. Are your products used equally by men and women, for example? If not, are there opportunities to innovate to appeal more to your weaker gender penetration? Home ownership has dropped a bit in the U.S. If this trend continues, how will it impact your current products or services? Are there opportunities to innovate to appeal more to the growing rental segment? Okay, trend category 4, technology trends. Clearly, we are living in a time of tremendous technology transformation. E-commerce, mobile, social media, big data, pervasive broadband connectivity. These all create tremendous innovation opportunities. But similarly, biotech technology is exploding and creating massive new areas of opportunity. Energy technology, such as fracking, has the potential to change the economics not only of the energy industry, but of logistics, travel, home construction, and more. Today, very few businesses are immune from technology trends, as they are so numerous and powerful. Trend category 5 is fashion trends. Now, clearly, if your product is in the apparel industry, the automotive industry, or another category that customers incorporate into their personal fashion statement to the world, then it's critical that you follow this trend category closely, and you probably do. In fact, you probably work hard to create or influence this trend category. But other product categories can also look at this trend category and get useful insights to help with their marketing, their packaging, or other aspects of what they bring to market. Trend category 6 is competitive trends. This is an area that most businesses are already pretty strong at, paying attention to what your competitors are doing. We recommend not only focusing on competitors of similar size, but also small competitive entrants who may be incubating powerful ideas, even if they may not yet have the size or marketing infrastructure to fully exploit them. Also, pay as close attention to competitive failure trends as successes. We recommend this for at least two reasons. One is that competitive failures sometimes can be great ideas that were just 1 or 2 degrees off. We can learn from these failures and perhaps pick up the pieces. And secondly, few ideas we can come up with in our innovation process have not been thought of and possibly tried somewhere before. We may find that someone else has already tested and determined a particular approach is not marketable. And we may want to simply learn from someone else's mistakes and look for other avenues. The last trend category, number 7, is economic or political trends. Certainly the recent recession in the US has been a huge influence on consumer spending habits, investment habits, and a range of other behaviors. Major regulatory changes like Dodd-Frank or Obamacare create huge opportunities for new services. Changes in international policy can create opportunities in certain markets and suboptimize opportunities in other markets based on tariffs, security, taxes, or other factors. As in so many of our videos, we can only scratch the surface here. But this construct of the 7 major categories of trends can act as a jumping off point for your thinking about how trends influence your innovation processes. Some trends may imply a threat to an existing business, and innovation is needed to make a shift. In other cases, a trend may open up a new opportunity for expansion or a whole new product category. And being on top of those trends can help you innovate and be first to market. I hope this was useful. If so, I encourage you to check out our library of other episodes in the Digital Innovation series. You can access it from our website at movinginteractive.com. We'd also love your feedback on this or any of our episodes, which you can leave on any of our social media channels, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. And if we can be of more direct help to you in any of your innovation projects, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to speak with you. Contact info is on our website, or just email us at info@movinginteractive.com. With that, I'm Howard Tiersky, CEO of Moving Interactive. Thanks for watching, and as always, I wish you tremendous success with all your innovation efforts.